Hi everyone, welcome to She's in Biz TV, a platform where every 20-minute conversation answers the question how to. I'm your host Maria Kritikos, founder of the Ladies Who Lunch Network and creator of the She's in Biz Academy. Today we are talking to LWL member Sekolah Lair, who's going to be sharing her 5 tips on how to get fearless on video. Sekolah Lair is known in the online world as a video launch strategist and creator of From Introverted to Video Powerhouse. I like that. Where she helps coaches, consultants, and other female business owners bring their words and visions to life by using video. Sekolah works with introverted and camera-shy business owners who know the power of video, and they are tech savvy, but they're afraid of pressing the record button. She helps them get over their fears in order to create videos that represent their brands authentically to increase their visibility and exposure using video. So, Sekolah, how long have you been a member of LWL?
I've been a member of LWL Network for a little over a year now.
Mm-hmm. And what has been one of the greatest benefits for you? I know that we did some one-on-one work as well, which was really great, and really happy to see you finally launch this project of yours, right?
Yes, thank you so much. I really enjoyed our time working together. So I'm just going to put this plug in. Maria didn't ask me to do this, but if you have a dream and you need someone to help you put the strategies in place to make it a reality, Maria is the person to talk to.
Thank you, Sekolah.
So you're welcome.
So tell us what you do in 9 words or less.
Okay. Well, I work with business owners to increase their visibility, brand awareness, and exposure all through using video.
Yes, excellent. What's the hardest part about being an entrepreneur? Because you also have a day job as well, which a lot of us in the network are trying to juggle our day job and our passion project until our passion project can become full-time. So what's been the biggest challenge for you?
One of the biggest challenges is to remember that it takes time. You need to be patient. You need to be forgiving. Mm-hmm. Work hard, but yet be kind to yourself. Yes. Because you're not always going to expect instantaneous results. Yeah. It just doesn't happen like that. You have to work hard. You have to get your name out there. You have to be visible and present. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we don't get the results that we expect for ourselves. For me, I set high expectations for myself. And sometimes when I don't reach my goal or expectations, I get a little disappointed, a little deflated, but I have to remember a wise piece of advice that someone shared with me. It is a marathon. It is not a sprint. Yes. So you just can't compare yourself to other people who have been doing what they've been doing for 10, 15 years, and they have a huge following. They had to work from humble beginnings just like you and I.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize that, so I thank you for bringing that up. Myself included, I'm a very high achiever, as you know, and as high achievers, we're very hard on ourselves, and so I want to give everyone a little tip, because that happens to me often, right? I'm not where I want to be, so I get mad at myself, and I'm doing something wrong, and how come the other person's there and I'm not there yet? So everyone has their own process and their own time, and yes, we have to realize that things take time, and patience and perseverance in this day and age is kind of hard to come by, in the immediate gratification world of, instant messaging and everything is instant. It takes time. Success does not happen overnight. So as soon as we realize that, we are in the right mindset. But one of a tip that I wanted to share about when you get down on yourself, what I've done now is I literally make a list of everything that I've accomplished. So I do it month by month. And I look back, like at the end of each month. So this month I'll look back and I'll say, okay, what did I accomplish this month? And I literally type it into my Basecamp. So January, February, March. And it can be something big. It can be something small, like I wrote a chapter in my book, or I read 3 pages of this book, or whatever, just acknowledging our successes. And then when you see it like that, you're like, oh yeah, I am doing something and I am progressing, right? So I'd love for all of you listening to try that, including yourself, Sekolah. So every month, make a list of everything that you have accomplished, because I know that you accomplish a lot. You just don't give yourself enough credit, right? So, yes. All right. So what advice would you give to someone wanting to launch their business or moving away from that 9 to 5 into their full-time passion project?
the first thing I would say that's really helped me is to create a transition plan. And what I like to do is map out each month what specific strategies that I want to accomplish for the month. So each day I write my goals, but I also have a transition plan. And I work in alignment with that transition plan. If I find myself deviating from that transition plan, that's not going to help me stay focused on what it is that I'm wanting to accomplish, then I have to leave it alone. I have to let it go and just stay super focused and let your family and friends know that you are in the process of making this transition and that you're going to need help and support. That is a big thing. For me, it's just me and my husband, but my husband knows that if I'm in a meeting, if I'm working with a client at home, he knows, okay, my wife's working, I need to be super quiet, or let me help her out with some of the chores or duties around the house. So it's not just this one person team, it's not this one woman show. And surround yourself with supportive friends. Sometimes we get discouraged because we see that our family and friends don't really support us. So that's why I love the LWL network, because I'm in a network with like-minded business women who encourage and support one another.
Thank you, Sequoia. Yeah, that's right. Accountability is huge in moving forward with our goals and being around people that, like you say, that will inspire you, that will support you, that will give you that push or that guidance or that motivation that you need. All right. So what's the key to success in one word?
Tenacity.
Yes, I love it. It's true, right? I mean, you hear it all the time, never give up, never give up. And there's a reason people say that, right? So you have to be tenacious. Absolutely. So when the obstacles do arise, and there will be obstacles that arise when you're building your business, the key is to figure out how to get over them, around them, through them, move them out of the way somehow. So instead of saying, I can't do this obstacle has shown up, forget it, it's over, I always ask myself, how are we going to make it past this obstacle? So how is the most important question you can ask yourself. So Miss Sequoia, today we are talking about 5 tips on how to get fearless on video. And so many people are afraid to be on video. And I understand it, but it is very important, particularly in this day and age, in order to get more visible and to really explode your brand. So you're going to share with us your 5 tips on how to get fearless on video. So take it away. Number 1.
Okay. Tip number 1. Get over the fear of judgment.
Yes, I love it. You're so dramatic. Tip number 1. Everyone's waiting. Yes. Get over the fear of judgment.
Get over the fear of judgment. When we were babies, when we were children, we did not even know what judgment was. We didn't know what it was to judge others. We didn't know what it was to be judged. And somehow along the way, something tragic happened. And we're more conscious, I think, upper elementary or middle school, where I'm from. I'm in the U.S., so that's what we call it. I don't know what you call it in Canada, but around the preteen age and teenage period, all of a sudden we're so petrified of being judged, being talked about by others, wanting the approval or to be liked.
Yeah. So get over the fear. But how? How do we do that?
How do we do that? Think about it this way. When other people judge you, are they looking at the faults in themselves? They're not really judging you.
Yes.
They're dealing with their own insecurities. Yes. It's just like a bully in school. If you have a bully, a lot of times that bully is unhappy with their personal life. They're unhappy with things that are going on. And when they see other people doing well and doing better than them, the first thing they want to do is snatch and try and pull you down.
Yeah, it's more about them than it is about you, like you said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the bottom
line. And I had this situation.
It's not about you, it's about them.
Yes, and I want to mention this to all those mommies out there. I had this exact situation last night with my 11-year-old son. Someone had said something at school, and it was a judgment on him. So he got very upset. He's very sensitive. And I said, baby, that's going to happen. You have to understand, when one person points a finger at you, they've got 3 pointing back right at them, right? And that means that it's more about them and not about you. So when they're judging you, they're judging themselves. So, he tried to understand it the best he could, but I think he got it. So number 1, get over the fear. Excellent. Number 2
is Be fabulous on camera. You can dress fabulously. You
with
can wear bright
our
colors.
fancy necklaces. Nicole and I always like to wear fancy necklaces. Yes.
Yes. Put on that bright lipstick. And I know some people say, well, I don't wear a lot of makeup. Well, guess what? Neither do I on a regular, normal day. Eyeliner and lipstick, I'm out the door. But when I do video, that's my time to get dressed up, to put on bright colors, to put on my red or pink lipstick, and be fabulous, but also be comfortable.
Yeah.
And that goes along with watching what you eat and drink right before you do a video. So avoid salty, gassy foods. To say that. When I was a theater major in college, that was the one thing you had to be careful of what you ate and what you drank before you went on to do a performance. So be careful about that, because even if you were able to fit that outfit in the morning, by the time you eat lunch, decided to videos later on in the day, you're like, why am I so bloated?
It's like you were only filming from the top up, right? Because I got my fancy lipstick, I got my bright top, but you don't know that I'm sitting in a yoga pose right now. Yeah, so fabulous and comfortable. Yes.
So that's another one, fabulous but yet comfortable. The next tip is stop trying to be perfect. That's tip number 3. Stop trying to be perfect. Your videos are never going to be perfect. You can polish them up with animation and all this wonderful fabulousness that's out there with video, but your videos are never going to be perfect. And don't expect them to be. You're not perfect. The people who are watching you are not perfect. So
and they don't want you to be perfect, Sekolah. People don't want to see perfect. People just want to see you. They want to see your authentic side. You know, they want to see what you look like when you wake up in the morning. They don't want to see you with your, because like you said, people connect to people who are real and authentic, right? And the more you can show that of yourself, the better in video, right? Like you don't want to be perfect, right?
Right.
Sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit of a broadcaster. Remember in my video? Well, it's okay. That was hard for me. Like, so when I get nervous, I tense up, right? But in these videos, in these She's in Biz videos, we're definitely ourselves, and I think it shows. So stop trying to be perfect is a good tip.
Right. And another thing that can help you with that when you find yourself tensing up is when you're sitting, sit with your feet shoulder width apart. So even though your posture is straight, you don't look like you're stiff bored. So just stand or sit with your feet shoulder width apart.
Right.
And there you go. So now you don't look as...
Well, I was like in my yoga pose. I was like cross-legged in my yoga pose. That's how I'm comfortable.
Well, if you're doing your yoga pose, that's comfortable too. So do whatever makes you happy and do whatever makes you comfortable. Another tip is that your videos don't always have to be planned. Your videos can be on-the-go videos. And some people find that they are more relaxed if they just go ahead and press the record button and just do it instead of sitting in front and with a tripod and, is my lighting
and the
perfect?
Lighting and
Yeah.
Yeah.
People get more nervous by trying to set up and prop things up, like they're getting ready to go on a show and they're getting ready for a television production.
Yeah.
Stop it. You don't have to do that. You can do videos on the go, even if it's just a video behind the scenes of you getting ready to have at a speaking engagement or you're at a networking event. Right. Talk about what you're learning at the networking event, how you're excited to share it with your clients.
Like a behind the scenes, Yeah. Like, for example, today I did, just before coming on here, I did a little Instagram live story. And I said, I'm so excited. I'm going to be interviewing Sekolah Lair. And, and I think people appreciate that because it's like, it's like a little behind the scenes and not perfect. Just grab my phone and hit record, right? So we all have tremendous power to publish and to create these days with this little device. This is my phone, by the way. It's not a wallet. And, Instagram Live, Facebook Live, those are the platforms that I use. I know there's more out there, Snapchat, YouTube. We really do have the power to create. And like you said, it doesn't have to be perfect, and people don't want to see perfect. So.
No. And the other thing is, don't be afraid to be transparent. Don't be afraid to show your vulnerable side. I did a challenge, Fearless on Video challenge. It was a 5-day challenge. And one of the challenges was getting people to show their vulnerability. And that is very powerful because you have to be comfortable with sharing your story, sharing your journey. This is what people appreciate. So remember, it's never about you. It's about them. It's about the message and the takeaways that you're giving to your ideal audience. So again, you have to get over that fear of being judged and thinking you're going to be ridiculed. Mm-hmm. Think more so about your audience and not about yourself. Let your ego go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And think about all the people that you're going to be inspiring as well. So instead of focusing on, those negative Nellies or, the naysayers or whoever, just focus on, like, if you came on video today and you said something that, inspired or affected someone else, then that's enough, right? So focus on who you're helping by sharing your message, right? Exactly. I never watch my videos, Sekolah. I never do.
Well, you know what? Don't feel bad, because there are certain actors who never go back and watch the films that they were in. Denzel Washington is one. I think Meryl Streep is another. They never go back and watch the films that they've done. Why? They've done it. It's over with.
There's nothing you can do. It's done. Like when we do our interviews, they're all live. These are all live interviews, right? I'm not editing anything, right? So I don't really go back and watch them. I'll watch a little bit, but right, it's done. So what tip are we on now?
We are on the final tip number 5. And this one is so important because people think that they have to have the latest gadgets, latest technology. You don't. You don't have to break your bank trying to do video. As Maria mentioned, you have your phone, you have your pad. For me, I'll let you in on a little secret. I record all my HD quality videos with the web camera. I don't use a DSLR camera.
Me too.
I don't. And that is one of the things that helps people get over their fear, because a lot of times it's the size. Size matters to people when it comes to doing video. It's intimidating, yeah. So if you have a huge camera looking at you, you have all these bright lights, then you're like, yes. And so that's why more people are comfortable doing live videos, is because I have my handheld device. I use this tool all the time, every single day. I'm not afraid of it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Sekolah. When I did my for Shaw TV, and we had those, I had 4 cameras on me, and the lights. And when you're looking into the camera, you can't see yourself, right? So it is intimidating. But with this little thing, and you're doing a Facebook Live, you can see yourself. You're like, look good. You can adjust things. You can move your hair, whatever. Right? So this is less intimidating. You're absolutely right. More accessible, too.
Right. So you don't have to spend money on expensive equipment. You can find the right tools and resources. And I do have a page called Resources on my website that will show you all the tools.
We're definitely going to share that in this video below. That will be awesome. We're also going to recap your 5 tips. So let's go over them again. Number 1.
The fear of being judged.
Yes.
You have to get over the fear of being judged. Remember, the bottom line, it is not about you. It's about them. They're criticizing themselves and they're finding fault with themselves by you. So let that part go. The second tip is, again, being fabulous on camera, but also being comfortable. Whether it's in a yoga pose like Maria, or you are dressed up from the top up and you're wearing your yoga pants down at the bottom. So wear something that brings back happy memories for you. If you want to wear your brand colors, do that. But spruce it up. This is your time to shine. Tip number 3. Oh my goodness, what was tip number 3?
Stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to be perfect.
Thank you. Stop trying to be perfect. Videos were not meant to be perfect. Your flaws and all, they're beautiful, so embrace them, okay? People watch reality shows all the time because they like to see what they think is real or reality, but people love realness. And so don't be afraid to let that shine through. The 4th tip, oh my goodness, my memory is gone today. The 4th tip,
you don't have to have fancy equipment.
You don't have to have the fancy equipment, right? And it doesn't have to be expensive. Okay?
Yeah.
And then tip number 5, oh wow.
You can shoot on the go. I think you can shoot anywhere. You can shoot on the go. I think that was
exactly. That was tip number 4. Thank you.
Okay.
Wow. You don't have to set up a scene all the time. I do sometimes because I want to do videos in batches and then schedule out and put them on YouTube and social media. So I already have them done, but don't be afraid to give people a behind the scenes of what it's like for your products, your services, and what you do.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to shine.
Yeah. So Cola, if someone said, okay, I am ready to do video, like I do want to get out there. I do want to put, just try video. What would you recommend? Where would you suggest they start? Like what could be the first thing they might do? Something really easy to like kind of ease them in, right?
Well, I'm going to be honest. The first thing that they need to do, and this one is not an easy one though, it's the caveat, is sharing your story. And you and I have talked about this, Maria. I think you need to do a video on sharing your story.
That's a hard one. I didn't say go so heavy, like something light. Like what can you do? Do you recommend a Facebook Live to say, hey, everyone, this is me and this is what I do? Or maybe sharing a tip or something,
Right. So you can take one of your blogs, if you're a blog writer, take the same information that you have in your blog and turn it into a vlog. Take the same content, repurpose it, and even if you share multiple tips in your blog, take one of those tips or take two of those tips. Focus on one simple takeaway.
Yes.
And it could be a 30-second video. Start from there.
Yeah, exactly.
And it could be through Facebook Live. It could be through Periscope, Snapchat, or Instagram.
Yep.
Do something small first.
Yeah. I'll give an example. Oh, sorry, Sakola. Yeah.
I'm sorry. So the important thing is to keep going and keep doing the videos.
Yeah.
Once you lose the momentum, it's hard to pick it back up.
Once you start, like I think the hardest part is actually starting. But then once you start, you're like, hey, that was really easy and that was actually kind of fun. I'm going to do it again. And then you gain the momentum. An easy way really is do an Instagram story. I mean, it's literally like you can turn the camera on yourself. You don't even have to turn it on yourself, right? I mean, do an Instagram story. You can check out my Instagram at Lunch with Maria. Yesterday I did a 1-minute video of a She's in Biz tip. That was it. I learned something. I wanted to share it. I turned the camera on myself. I was walking in downtown Vancouver and that was it. And I hope that maybe that little tip or that message helped someone that day. That's it, right? So yeah. Sakola, what 2 words of advice would you give to your younger self?
Be kind.
And how would you describe yourself in 1 word?
Sassy.
Sassy, I love it. Miss Sass. Sakola, are you an extrovert or an introvert? And I know what you're going to say because I know you.
I am an introvert.
Isn't that funny, ladies? She's an introvert, and yet she is a video expert and she uses video in her business. So you should understand that introverts can also use video, right? Sakola, you're an introvert. You call yourself an introvert, but yet you're not afraid to go on camera. So
right. Like today, I know I have a social gathering today. I already have it planned in my head. And then afterwards, for the rest of the weekend, I'm like, I don't want any social activity going on for the rest of the weekend. So when I do my videos, still get nervous, but I'll do it because I'm focused on my audience and not myself.
Yeah.
And then after I'm done, I reward myself and I'm kind to myself, and then I go relax and go hide.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're so cute. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Night owl.
Night owl. Yes, that's right. That's right. So Sakola, what is the best way for people to connect with you? Obviously, ladies, for those of you in the network, all you have to do is message Sakola in our members portal or in our Facebook group. But for those listening maybe on YouTube, what is your website and the best way to get a hold of you?
Well, my website is sakolalair.com. You can also check me out on YouTube, Sakola Lair.
Yes.
And the best way you can contact me is email sakola@sakolalair.com. But I'm also on Facebook more than anything. That's my social media platform of choice. So you can check me out there, Sakola Lair.
Thank you, Sakola. It was a pleasure to interview you today for the She's in Biz TV. And everyone, thank you for watching this episode. If you would like to join a global community of women living their dream and helping others do the same, we are offering an exclusive 30-day free trial at joinlwl.com. Thank you, Sakola. Have an amazing weekend. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.